Kwanzaa, Yom Kippur. I get all of them. All right.
What most stands out to you about the way that the Knicks have been playing? I guess both you guys are in a different place than you were kind of a month ago, both teams.
Yeah, well, we didn't have a lot of our guys last time, but I just think they're playing at a better pace. Playing in transition a lot, you can see it. Pushing the ball up the floor, trying to score early. I think that's the biggest thing that stands out to me offensively for them, and I think it's done them well.
Tim just said you're probably thrilled because you've gotten under the radar a little bit because you had guys out and didn't start off great.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm thrilled or not. What would Tiff know about the word thrilled? That would be my question. But anyway, no, I mean, I don't know if we are ever under the radar. We got James Harden and Joel Embiid. I don't think we are afforded the luxury of being under the radar. But I do think having everyone out, not that I think it helped a lot of our role players kind of get their legs under them and get a rhythm. Kind of helped us kind of see where we want to go with that. So you never want guys out, but if, as I've always said, there's going to be a silver lining no matter what when guys are out. You'll find something. And I think during that stretch, we found a couple guys and a way to play them. D-Mel was new with the team, so really seeing what he could do for us really helped us.
When you look back at the homestand and now you're going into this 4-game road trip, what's kind of the one biggest thing you want to take from this and carry with you?
I don't look back a lot. Obviously, I just think overall we're just getting better. I said that before the homestand. You can just see it. You can see it when all the guys were out. Like the team was finding themselves. We're finding what we needed to do, and you can just. So I would say overall, that's what I see. Like we're getting better, and we're still doing it.
With the Anthony specifically, what do you hope that he has learned or gotten comfortable with during this time? That no matter what his role becomes when Tyrese comes back, that he can still kind of.
Yeah, well, I think the one part easy is defensively. He knows his role. Like he's the best at it. For us, he gets his hands on everything. I don't think that changes. I think he was doing that probably before guys went out. We just start putting them on different players, bigger guys that we didn't know we could put them on. So I think that won't change. Offensively, just taking a shot. He's a great shooter, not a good shooter. And we found ourselves at times trying to tell him to shoot. And I don't think that's a problem anymore.
Doc, yes, 2 days ago, Joel talked about how he loves playing here in the Garden.
Yeah.
I know you played here, but before even you played here, was it a special arena for you to come here and play in the Garden?
It was a special arena, but they were not very good for a long time in that stretch. And then I got to play here when we were good, and it's nothing. There was nothing like that. I mean, it was absolutely amazing to go New York. Days were unbelievable, and that team was, for me as a player, it was the closest team as far as just guys. I mean, we still talk. I mean, I talked to Starks, Oak, Patrick, Greg, Hubert Davis. I mean, we still talk like all the time. And so that was a special group.
It's interesting that you bring up closeness of that group because this group on the homestand has talked a lot about how they've grown chemistry and camaraderie.
For sure.
Do you think that between Charleston and being away for Thanksgiving and now being away for this holiday, does all of that set it apart a little bit?
Yeah, I think everything, every coach, I mean, we don't know but we know we work on chemistry. We work on it every day. We try to get it, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I think all that, Charleston, I think struggling early, Tuck not being in great shape because of health, Joel with his foot, James gets injured, Joel gets injured, Tyrese gets injured. I think all that plays a part in it, So, yeah, and that's why we just keep growing, and not only growing on the floor, but we're growing as a group. It's a good group. They like each other. You can win not liking each other too, but it sure helps. I mean, it gives you some equity when things get bad.
Speaking of talk, you said the other night that you had a pinched nerve.
Is that right?
Is that something you're worried about?
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this, I don't know if he has a pinch. I know he has something, but it definitely affects his hand. So it's not anything I'm concerned about yet, but obviously if that continues, then that would be a concern for sure.
That's what-
Coach Jalen Brunson, you coached against him a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to know your impressions of
Yeah, you know, the best thing, I guess you could say, the best compliment you can say is like you hate him. You know what I mean? Like he's one of those guys that opposing teams, like especially coaches, you know, man, I can't use the words we would call him, but you know, but that's what he is, you know, and that's what makes him good. I mean, he's this little, you know, he keeps coming. He's tough. You know, as I told Rick, he's a much better version of Rick. You know, he is, but he's tough. Like, you can just see it. Not just, you know, I know his scoring and all that, but he's just tough. He's won in college, so he knows what winning looks like. He's got a lot of things other than basketball, like, that makes him really good.
People have said, a couple more guys, you know, Christmas is like the unofficial start of the season when people start really paying attention and everything to NBA.
I've been paying attention all year, but
I was going to say, the last couple of years, you guys have had so much stuff happen by Christmas.
yeah, that's true.
That sentence, or is it?
No, I mean, I don't know. I think it's just a big day. I think it's the official, you know, TV day maybe for the league. You know, before that it's NFL, and then Christmas Day is probably the TV network day of announcing the NBA is here for the rest of the year. I think it's more of that. And it's a big deal. You know, I was telling our guys the other day, you forget, you know, I've been in a lot of these, Matt, gosh. You know, even as a player of the Hawks, people forget TBS just covered the Hawks, so we had to play on every freaking Christmas, you know. So I've been to a lot of these games, but you forget how special it is now. And then a player or two will remind you this is their first one, and so that's pretty cool.
Is that something?
Last one, guy.
Is that something you discuss with the players? The importance of playing on Christmas?
I'm going to discuss with them the importance of winning a game, and then afterwards we'll talk about the importance of playing on Christmas.
So,
no, I mean it comes up, but I don't know in any other way than being competitive. Like these games are hard; they really are, and the noon games is the hardest. You know, we got 2 busloads of families. You know, the guys at home have a house full of families. It's 12 o'clock. I mean, there's a lot of distractions that go into these games, and it's great when both teams handle it well. Usually, only one team does, and I'm just hoping that's us. You know, because they're tough games.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.